The story is actually a very simple story. It is a boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl's backstory. Uh, but that is almost like simplified. We have two main characters. It is Vida, who is a young woman who lives in a very wealthy Jewish family in London, and Arthur, who comes from a working class family back in Wales. They meet, they fall in love. They want to build up a future together, but they both have their families, and the families think quite different. And then at one point, a lot of things happen, of course, but at one point, they become, they have to choose what is more important, the loyalty towards the family or the loyalty towards their new lover, their new partner.
I will cherish you. I will always admire you for who you are, not who I want you to be. I will support you in your artistry.
There is, in my opinion, an underlying theme. It is about acceptance. I usually say it's about acceptance and forgiveness. But we made the theme more acceptance. The story is very personal. Everything that happens in the film, either happened to me or I was witness of it. It is basically the relationship I had with a woman when I was in my early 20s. So it is a very personal, and the family aspects all happened. At the same time, I always think, well, okay, it is 40 years ago. The events are so long ago that I look at it with a certain distance, with a lot of pleasure, by the way. Even the sad things that happened in that time, I still look at them with a certain kind of nostalgic feeling. So it is not painful to think back on it, but the thinking behind it, the acceptance and forgiveness, is very much from the now. It is like you have to go through a lot in life to even be able to understand that. Drop Dead Fred is a film that has a very deep, dark undertone. And it is a comedy at the same time. So not many people pick up on it, but some do. This film has very absurd humor. It has a very dark kind of humor in a very nice way. And at the same time, people will see the deeper sides of it.
If more men were like you, my mum would be out of a job.
Is she a prostitute?
No, she's a divorce lawyer.
The visualization is unique. The collaboration between Emily and me is quite unusual. The truth, I mean, the film is very quirky. The film is very dark sometimes. The film is very funny. The film is like, emotional. It has all these aspects. Other films have that too. But the film tries to be extremely truthful. We always try, whenever somebody did something that we felt it had to be true, it had to be something that you really could believe in. And at the same time, it's drama. So people are absolutely, we hope they enjoy it as a form of something that enlightens them. It's a little bit a preacher story, I'm an old Calvinist, so I'm probably a preacher. But I do hope that people will find an element in the film that they recognize and that they see that the characters try to make something out of their life. We made the film decidedly very independent, and independent means that we didn't go for studio money. I don't know if this would have been a studio film, but we certainly didn't want to try. We didn't go to big financiers, anyway, financiers that would have an influence on the content. We didn't go for subsidies, which is a very normal route for slightly different films, because we wanted to be very independent.